What's up everyone? Welcome to Third Space. I'm Marc.
And I'm Kareem. Good to have you with us.
This is a show where we dive into London's third spaces. You know, these places aren't quite home, aren't quite work, but somehow end up being the place where we live our best and occasionally worst lives.
Today we're hitting 4 different third spaces. We'll be diving into a book club with an exclusive chat with the founder Kyra and visiting Paperback, the go-to bookstore cafe in Ealing.
We'll also be getting moving with a local run club where we catch up with head PT Trey Zayla about how he built the club and how you can get involved, but not before heading into the nightlife scene to see how young people connect after dark.
From chill vibes to big energy, these spaces show you just how important it is to find your people and your place.
Let's get into it.
Let's buckle up because we are diving headfirst into the hottest spots in London to explore its nightlife, asking the most important, serious, hard-hitting questions.
And just a heads up, the amazing, gorgeous man you're about to see on screen is me. Hello everyone, I'm Marc and I'm in the heart of Soho tonight to interview what's going on in Friday nights in London. Come with me and we'll see what's going on.
And you're enough with Marc.
How often do you go out?
Every weekend.
So every Friday, Saturday?
Friday.
Twice a week.
Twice a week?
Yeah.
Okay, which days of a week?
I think Thursday's the new Friday, and I like jazz on a Wednesday.
Only every Fridays.
Do you get wasted?
Yes, on Saturdays.
I have one more question for you, yeah? You ready?
It's born to be based.
Okay, what?
And when you drink, do you go out in clubs, bars, or corner shops? Or home?
Ah, good question. Mostly, yeah, in bars.
Oh, corner shops, buzzballs, like, come on. Like, what are we talking about? I'm not going to the club to pay your tax that you're trying to cover. Like, it's not my fault the government are like, respectfully.
So you do the corner shops before the bar and the club?
Of course. Like, I'm going to the off license, I drink like 3 cans, and then I'm ready to go out.
That's what I'm talking about. How much do you spend a night for drink?
I suppose £100.
Oh, that depends. On a
good night.
I don't pay.
Minimum £200.
£200 for once a month?
Yeah.
Other than work and home, where do you like to spend the most time in?
In bed, knitting and crocheting.
Yeah?
The gym.
The gym?
Yeah,
Why is the gym?
because I go there after work.
Probably the record shop,
Why is that?
because, you know, it's just a great vibe there. I love collecting records, you know?
So there you go. This is how Friday night looks in Soho. Thanks for tuning in and hope to see you soon. Bye. Well, there you have it, and better than expected. Turns out asking questions to tipsy people in the middle of the night might just be my third space.
Honestly, you got some real gems out there.
London never disappoints.
Let's keep that momentum going.
If you're not into the London drinking and party scene, let's move from the chaotic Soho energy to something slightly more wholesome, but technically still in the streets.
Next up, we're getting our hearts racing for good reasons. We're talking about the Run Club.
This club is designed to promote a healthy lifestyle while exploring the beautiful streets of London.
And it brings people together, forming a body positive movement within our community.
Let's run to Battersea Power Station.
Good morning everybody, I'm Trey Zayla. I'm a personal trainer and sports coach. We're here right now with the Navy SEAL Run Club. It is not as scary as it sounds. It's not about running as fast and as hard as you can or setting PBs every week. It's about just coming and joining the community, running together, growing together and encouraging each other. I started the Run Club to help facilitate people's growth through fitness and mental health, using physical activity as a tool of engagement. I think it's really important to just focus on mental health and physical well-being. You only have one body, so it's important that you look after it. Once it's gone, it's gone. You can't get things back in your body, so it's best, I think, you know, prevention is better than cure. And with a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world right now, I think it's a good distraction, a positive distraction that people can use. We run every Friday morning. I just want to see as many people down here. I just help people get active and just be the best versions of themselves that they can. You can find me on Instagram at StretchFit. Thank you very much. and I hope to see you guys soon.
Honestly, I got out of breath just watching that.
Same, I get tired when I walk to the fridge for some snacks.
Should I join a run club or just walk briskly to Pret?
Hey girl, movement is movement.
Speaking of movement, mentally this time, our next stop is for all the bookworms out there.
There's a brand new book club in town run by the lovely Kyra, bringing people together over shared stories, big feelings, and probably a few existential crises.
This month, the group's diving into Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston, a book about finding love, freedom, and your own voice.
Let's check in with Jayden, our resident bookworm.
I'm here in West London at the Foundry Collective with Well Read Book Club, diving into this month's read.
You're talking about me looking old. When you pull down your britches, it looks like the change of life.
How did you find out about Well Read?
I found out about Well Read because my friend / flatmate who I live with is friends with the founder, and then I also found it on social media as well. And I was looking for a book club to join, so it was appropriate.
I found out on social media. Me and the founder have mutual following, and I saw somebody repost it, and I decided to come and meet some new friends and talk about books. So you were looking for a book club to join. What made you want to join a book club?
Because I've always loved books. I've always read them and stuff, and I've got good reads and stuff like that, and I love to know other people's thoughts and opinions about everything that I read and watch. And then I feel like being in discussion in person. Then also in London as well, there's not a lot of, it can get lonely, and it's I'm not originally from London, so it's a good place to make friends.
I love reading, but I feel like I never read with other people, and I never have anybody to discuss it with. And just commenting on good reads and sharing my reviews is never good enough. I want to have a live conversation, and I figured that a book club would be a great place, and it's also a great place to make more friends, and London can get really lonely. And last but not least, what is your favorite book that we've read so far?
I'd say it's the one that we've just read, and it's Their Eyes Are Watching God. But I would say both of them are equally as good as they're different in their own way, but I liked both of them.
I Who Have Never Known Men was definitely one of my favorite. I think it was nice to explore a genre that I don't usually read. I'm not really into dystopian, but that one really was very meaningful and deep, and I love to dissect the meaning of all of it. Beautiful, thank you!
And now we're super excited to have Kyra here with us in the studio. Welcome, Kyra.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing so well. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about book club.
We're so excited to have you here today. So what's Well Read all about? Tell us about your book club.
Yeah, so Well Read is a new book club that I started about 2 months ago, and it's all about diversifying our book collections and becoming more well-read together. I feel like a lot of people think that being well-read just means reading the classics, but actually there's so much more literature out there that you can read and update to become more well-read yourself. So we really aim to curate books every month that help us all become a little more well-read, whether that be a queer love story or feminist literature or anything like that, just anything that is a little bit different from the norm.
So you're saying that in this book club you're trying to step up from the classic and focus more on the new authors, new stories, or how do you balance that?
Yes, absolutely. I think when I start looking for books for us to read, I usually start by looking at some of the classic authors and looking at what literature of theirs maybe other people haven't really looked at very much. So like George Orwell, for example, maybe people know 1984, but they might not know a lesser known book of his. So that's usually where I start, and then it turns into a rabbit hole of research of other authors that are related and are just as great. I also try to look for lesser known authors as well, just to really give people recommendations that they're not hearing other places. And really that's what I've found mostly, that the people who are coming to my book club are looking for book recommendations above everything else. There's somebody who, you know, reads every day on their commute and they just want something that's not curated by TikTok telling them what to read. I feel like there's so many books that everyone's read just because it's on TikTok. Like My Years of Rest and Relaxation is probably a great example. So we try to deviate from that and be something that maybe not everybody's heard of or read, but will still have an impact.
More original, more creative.
Yes.
I love how you diversify the authors that you use for your book club. Do you ever have guest speakers or authors or other special events at your book club?
Yeah, so we're still in our infancy a bit, so we haven't had any guest speakers yet, and we haven't had any events yet. However, we are working on some fun stuff in the future, and this summer actually we really want to do a book club on the Green, which would be in one of London's fabulous parks where we can all meet outside and enjoy the sun and the beautiful weather. So for updates on that, follow us on Instagram at WellRead.
So that's really nice, because you're saying that basically the third space, you can take it anywhere. It doesn't have to be the coffee shop, it can be in the park, it can be anywhere. Talking about third spaces, why do you think they're so important to have, and how would you say that your book club is a great example for it?
Yeah, I think third spaces are really important because we all need to decompress somewhere, and humans are social creatures by nature. We need places where we can connect with our friends and meet people. And I think especially for our generation, we're so isolated on our phones or on our computers all day that we really need spaces where we can come and connect with each other away from a screen and really make genuine in-person connections. And I think book club is a great way of doing that because it gives us all a common goal. We're all working towards something, like finishing a book in 1 month. And for some people that might be easy, for some people it might not. I haven't been a reader my whole life, to be honest with you. And, you know, if you told me a couple years ago that I would read a book in a month, that might be a big goal for me. So we try to be accessible to everybody, and I think a month is a good enough time. But we really try to come together and support each other. I really try to support my community members and make sure that I'm meeting everyone where they're at, whether that be somebody who's been reading their whole life and they read very complex, dense text, or somebody who's a new reader. And I think that's the magic of Well Read, is that we can all come together on different levels and discuss a book once a month. We have fresh baked goods every month, which is a lovely draw baked by one of our community members. And yeah, it's just a great time for us to come and discuss a book, but also just support each other and hear what's going on in each other's lives away from a screen.
I love that. I think that's amazing.
It does sound amazing.
So what is the next read for Well Read? What's next for you?
The next book is going to be Monsters, which is a nonfiction book. And it's all about whether we can separate art from artists. And it takes kind of a non-biased take on this question, but I think it's something that's incredibly relevant today with cancel culture, if we can really separate those two things. And I think it'll be a great catalyst for conversation next month.
Okay, that's quite interesting. But you are a believer that you should separate author from the art, or you believe that you should put it together? I'm not putting you on the spot right now. It's just like I'm really curious.
You are putting me on the spot.
I'm putting you on the spot.
I don't know. I think I need to read the book first, and we'll find out.
I love that, and I think it's amazing what you do. We wish you the best. Thank you very much for having us, for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
And now from flipping pages to sipping coffee.
Something I'm an expert in.
Our final stop today is coffee shops, and what's better than a super chill cafe in Ealing? That's basically the ultimate third space.
Coffee and books all in one. What more could you want?
Literally nothing.
Can I get a flat white, please?
Absolutely.
Welcome to Paperback, Ealing's coziest cafe bookshop. Their motto, this is not your office, and honestly, fair enough. This is a space for slowing down, reading, reflecting, or just staring dramatically into your coffee while pretending your life is under control. Whatever you do, laptops stay firmly zipped away.
Thank you.
Surrounded by shelves of stories and soft hum of actual conversation, paperback is what third spaces are all about. No pressure to perform, just permission to be. Whatever the reason, you are welcome. Just don't ask for the Wi-Fi.
And that's it for today's London Third Spaces, from sweaty to social to seriously caffeinated.
Massive thanks to everyone who let us crash their spaces and everyone who answered Marc's questions on the street without calling security.
I really appreciate that. And remember, third spaces are where magic happens, or at least where you can get a good coffee and questionable advice.
See you next time.
Bye for now.